Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Winston. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The Saints at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. It's a pick six for the Bengals TD. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Winston's throw caught by Olave. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback. Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They go play action with Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance, because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Burrow going for it on 4th. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this is caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Saints, nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Winston on 3rd and 2. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
$21-0 our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Winston. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. First down throw for Winston. Flushed out right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And the Saints are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second down and goal. Winston. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Winston on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago. Here we go. And in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 47. Burrow looking to pass. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 23. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Still 9 remaining on second down. Jameis to throw it. Olave over the middle. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's good for the Saints.
Now Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First down.
From the gun, Winston. Alvin Kamara wheeling it in on back-to-back plays. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
Jameis again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles. But that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away. Pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters. But in this game, you don't want to...
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Here we go.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Saints nothing. Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Evan McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
That's good for the Saints.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Kamara trying the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 3rd down, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Fourth down, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble. But all is well. 1st down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Here's Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
3rd and goal. Winston. Touchdown. Adam Troutman. His first touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
Williams loses the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
So a turnover there on the kickoff, and don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you're praying for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
45 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start.
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown.
Alvin Kamara, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle, trying to route back, trying to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Burrow on play action. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Winston now.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston.
He completes it to Olave.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
From the red zone now, Winston. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
It's now third down.
Third and long for Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
A gain of 12 yards. Brings up fourth down.
Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
First down, Bengals.
They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21.
Saints 14. McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And the tackle there by Jermaine Pratt.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Winston. Buying time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their route.
And my goodness, another interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Open man is Higgins.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They go play action with Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bengals triumph, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Saints.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers. Go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put